$1 and a dream. All I had was my city and my team. Never had no money and no green, yeah. Still I'm getting there, still I'm getting there. Y'all these hoes, you can't turn into no queen. You want that clout plus to be up on the scene, yeah. You're too sweet with some sauce up on the screen, yeah. Now you getting there.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the fan club. It's your boy D Bros, Dan Brosnan in the building. We hope you guys are having a great morning. We just got done watching Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode 6, The Blame Game. This was actually a really good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. Let's get right into it. So it starts, the Rangers are at the park and they see this dad kind of discipline his daughter. She drops some trash on the ground and the dad's like, honey, I told you to pick up your trash. Now I want you to pick up 3 articles of trash and throw it into the trash. And she's like, oh man, okay. And Steele's looking at this like, guys, isn't that dad kind of being mean to his daughter? And the Rangers come up and they're like, no, that's called discipline, Steele. Sometimes to teach a lesson, you gotta show them how to do it so they'll remember it. And Devin was like, yo, when I was a kid and I wouldn't listen or I'd act up, I'd have to go out and pick weeds. We all have something we had to do as a kid to discipline us, a chore, something, timeout, whatever. Some of us just got beat, but there was always something, some type of discipline. So Steele learns that and he's like, oh, that's a great idea. Well, kind of takes it too far in this story and we'll get into that. So there's this young man, security guard, like 17 to 19 years old. You can tell it's kind of one of his first jobs. He's working the checkpoints when you come in, the little security to check your bags and scan your bags and all that kind of stuff. And he comes in, or Steele comes in, and he sees this girl just walk right in with this little box, and he's like, what is going on here, young man? You're just gonna let this person come in here and not check her box? And he's like, but she works here and that's just her lunch box. And Steele's like, well, I don't care. I want you to go outside right now and I want you to sweep the leaves and help out. This is your discipline. And the Rangers are kind of like, bro, you're being a little bit too hard on him. And the kid was actually super nice, and he was like, you know what? No, Steele's right. I need to do a better job of checking everything. I'll go do this. And so he did. He was a really good sport about it. Well, here's where the monsters come on in. So Evox's plan this episode is to get control of the Gold Ranger. So, and as last episode we were talking about that was his plan at the end of the episode. It was like, I need the Gold Ranger. And so, yeah. Their plan is to get this Puppetron. He's like a puppet monster, and he can control people. So the first one that they control is that young man that Steele is disciplining and went outside. They control him to drop off a package for Nate, okay? So he gets up there, and Nate's like, oh, a package, oh, okay. And as soon as he opens it up, he touches it, it's one of those puppets, takes control of him, and now the Puppetron has control of him. Now, obviously, the young man doesn't remember this afterwards, and they end up figuring out what happens, and they fire the young man, and he's like, I don't even remember this. It's all foggy. I don't know what happened, and they ended up firing him. So now we'll get back into the Gold Ranger story. So Evox takes the Gold Ranger, sets him up in their base, and he is just plugging away, making everything stronger. Man, people don't even understand how good of a Ranger or how strong of a Ranger Nate actually is. Like, the Evox doesn't want anybody else. He wants the Gold Ranger because he's powerful and he's smart. Everyone else has all the other cool, like, great traits, but powerful and smart will probably win it most of the time when it comes to superheroes, man. So it was awesome to see Nate go bad, and he's helping out Evox. And then he blindsides Devin the Red Ranger, and they go into this crazy battle. And so there's a battle on the ground, and then there's a battle with the Megazords, and Steel and Ravi were fighting the two Gigadrones. Well, then the Gigadrones took control of the Blue Ranger's Gorilla Zord, and oh man, it was just a beatdown. So basically what happened was Ravi figures out what he needs to do, and he shoots at the Puppetron and shoots at one of the puppets in his hands, and he loses control on Nate. So then Nate and Ravi take out the bad guy on the ground. Then they finally were able to take him out in the Megazord. And I love when they do those dual fights at once. I don't know, it's something cool about it. So then we get our fight. Now we get down to the life lesson of the show. At the end, they're talking to Nate, and he's like, yo, like, it was all foggy. I don't remember anything. And that's exactly what the young man that got fired said, that they were kind of being too hard on. And Steel kind of like opens his eyes, and he's like, oh, man, like, I get it now. The other guy didn't really know what was going on because he was under control of the puppet too. So they bring the kid back. He pulls up on his bike, and they apologize and tell him, hey, I was being super hard on you. You're a good worker. We want you to take this job back, and I'm going to be nicer. I'm not going to scold you for letting one of our workers in with their lunchbox. You know, do your thing. And they let him come back. This was a great life lesson in the sense of discipline is great, okay? It is good, but you can take it too far, and you can start breaking people, start really hurting people when you want to build them up. So make sure you know how to talk to people, to your friends and loved ones, and treat them good, man. I love that Power Rangers is giving us life lessons, and they're building it up. They're putting it in the show, and then they're giving us a breakdown in the end. And a lot of Power Ranger shows didn't always do that. Like, and trust me, some, you know, the early ones definitely did something like this. But then some of them would have a problem, but they wouldn't fully, like, touch and resolve the problem at the end. So great job, Hasbro. I love what you're doing. Thank you so much. It's great to watch these shows with my kids too, and there's an actual learning lesson. Yeah, thanks, guys. Great job with the actors. Great job with everything else, the costumes, special effects. Obviously, it's a kid's show, so could be better, but for what it is, I thoroughly enjoy it. I want to thank you guys for watching the show. Let me know what you guys think of Power Rangers Beast Morphers Season 2 so far. Make sure you check out our Facebook page, YouTube page, Instagram. Also, cop a t-shirt on our Square site and check out our Patreon page. We love you guys. Thanks for watching the fan club, and have a good day. Peace.